is Karthik. Can you all hear me? We're going to get started in about a couple of minutes, team. Just thought I'll let you know quickly. And I need to stop my recording also. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Karthik from iTeLearn. Wish you all a fantastic 2019. I'm glad to be here speaking with you all and introducing you to the different levels of trainings that we're doing at iTeLearn. Before I do that, I want to thank you all for the continued belief and trust as to how we deliver our training programs. And we look forward to your continuous participation through it. The way we've designed these programs took us a lot of effort over a decade to build a platform where we could really make learning count, where what you learn should become something that you've got into your DNA, and then you start to explore your career or progress your career. So these kind of progressive programs take a lot of time and effort to build. But as I went through, I've realized that most of the time I've spent in training on automation testing. So when I say automation testing, it started for me with HPQTP, and then I moved on to Selenium. But one of the most core important aspects, there's a lot of Java programming and Java frameworks like JUnit and TestNG that came up with having to learn automation. And most importantly came the automation frameworks. So this was the route of how I spent most part of my training career with iTeLearn. And then what I did, I took a step back and I said, let me also introduce manual testing. Why? The only reason is because my student community has been constantly speaking about what they want. While I believe this is where at least most of our future in software test automation is, the basic concepts, it's not easy to assume that you're all aware. So it's just that realization that fundamentals are critical, needs time and focus. So as we grow, grade levels, even in our school education systems, we rarely used to see someone getting a promotion, a double promotion where they skip one grade and go to the next level. So anything, even if you want to learn mathematics or science or medicine, you have to go through that baby steps. I'm sorry about my throat, team, little bit. The baby steps are essential. And now it made us go back, roll back a little bit more now, saying that entry to IT. So we're going down to the most fundamental concepts of IT. If I can, in a wide category, break it down, web apps, desktop apps, and that would cover primarily things like your HTML, CSS, XML as a concept and as a knowledge. Desktop apps, I would not do yet. I would talk about in the live project schedule as we build Java-based desktop app. But you will know the fundamental differences between these. You would then get to know about cloud and cloud computing. Remember these words, okay? What is it? In essence, as to what is it that happens there. You would then go back to understanding applications that work on machines, on desktops, or on the cloud. And there's nothing better to start than MS Excel. And then comes PowerPoint, your presentations, your skills, your MS Word. These become primarily how we show all our content to the whole world. We then have to also focus on how do applications like Google Drive work. I've seen challenges where people have initial that hand-holding necessity. It's not easy. If I say go open these files in Google Drive, go do this, go do that, there is a lot of assumption at my end that okay, so this program will talk about those, talk about using tools like Skype for our work, Skype for business, Skype as groups within our 1 second team. Skype for business, Skype for our professional use. And that is one platform team that has immense potential on work, no, okay, learn from home and work from home opportunities. Okay. And we've all been exposed to tools like WhatsApp, but have we put that into use for work? And that's what we should be heading towards. There's a lot of heritage of applications that we have built and used within Verkasa Inc., which is our main incorporation team. And as part of that, we've gained that immense amount of exposure to these tools. Still in entry to IT, which is my level 0. As we go in this webinar, so a couple of things that I'm going to talk about is who is this training for? That's the prerequisite concept. Live training schedule, live project schedules, both are schedules itself, and we're going to talk about JPACT at length as well, team. Right? This is where we are. Now, I just put 4 as an agenda item, but we're going to talk about it. Before I move forward on it, I want to play a simple video, team. There's a 5 minutes video that I put on the website, and I want to play it through the webinar. We all together will listen once again as to how I built this program, what does each level have, and how we plan to take 2019 with iTeLearn and Karthik. So let me quickly share that video. Can I request the team to kindly put a small message on chat if you're able to see it? I just switched the screen. It's a 5.5 minutes video, team. Let's listen now. All right, team. So I'm back, and that was the video. Um, I'm sure that would have covered a lot of basics from your end, but then I want to spend the next few minutes in trying to help expand on the same thing. So here is a Google document that I will also put it to share on chat as a link, just from view. Anyone with the link can comment maybe. I'm going to copy this link and share. This is where we start to collaborate, team. How we um, can start to work on documents on the cloud together. So I put the link on the chat to all of you, and I'll also put it into our notepad document. Now, team, here is where we are with this document. You saw the video. We went through the levels. I will re-emphasize most of the points once again out here. And then what I would do is get into more of live schedule. So I have a live schedule sheet here and the overall programs. So let's briefly look at the programs sheet first and then the live schedule. So what you're looking at are the levels on the top. So here is where um, we are introducing where you could belong, which one you could choose. Um, what's most important, team, is that you could go to any level and you would have the previous levels memberships. So, hey, is SDET suitable for me? May not be yet. Maybe you're still starting with entry to IT. But you do know that someday you need to get into live projects or someday you need job placement. So you would choose the levels accordingly. Um, having said that, primarily there's an access period, how long it is for, who is it suitable for. The videos is the first feature, team. As to once you are a member, you'll be able to then log in into our iTeLearn portal and start to watch the all the subscribed videos for your level, and that is something very important, and that's the only part where you'll see competitors like Udemy and the other YouTube videos coming in, where we're talking about the access to videos, how you learn on yourself on your own. Then comes the live training. Uh, primarily, our live trainings is something that we've been doing for the last 10 years, and that output becomes our video catalog, which is extremely well organized in a cloud for you to start looking. When it comes to live training, it is more of a schedule and a discipline. We know, okay, this is where we start, this is our schedule each week, and so on. Most important aspect of this live training schedule, team, is or videos in either of these that I've just highlighted, is the fact that we are all connected in Skype. So we have a group of training who are trainees who are trying to learn together, and that's the live training program that we will put now. Next comes the most important aspects from a career perspective: your projects, your certifications, then your resume, mock interviews, job search, and CV marketing. And as you look at the metrics, it kind of explains as to what is where and what is involved into any package. Anyone having a specific question so far, please? Let me try and minimize the Google Drives. Yeah. Any questions that I could take? And while I wait for questions and talk a little bit about the topics that are covered in each program and then get to live schedule, I'll just run a few polls, team, that will really help us to connect better. I would start with where you are, team, and that's a poll. So please, you have your poll on your screen. Click on the poll and kindly submit your response. A lot of my students are from the US and Canada, and then comes India, Australia, New Zealand as countries. So we've kind of distributed it there. So to quickly run and see what's there. I'm going to share it in 5 seconds, team. Please complete, all of you. All right, great. Thank you. Got the results. I'm going to close the poll and share it. Um, One of the very few batches where I've got 100% poll results. All of you are from US team, and that's good to know. That's great to know. And I'm currently doing this webinar from India. I've come for a short visit. I should be back by 21st of Jan, and I plan to stay put there, focus a lot from my own career perspective in the United States. I am personally based out of Los Angeles. I've been there since 2005, and I would continue to be there as a location and see if I can do something in the classroom as well. Thank you so much for participating in the poll. I have 3 more poll questions, team, which I would love to quickly cover. There's the next one, primarily as to where you are, who you are on a career level. And just to know as to where we gotta take you and the primary reason you're trying to be here. Take a few seconds, please, to finish this. Thank you, team. I'm gonna close the poll and share. There you go. So let's look at it. About 29% of you are absolute beginner to IT. The other 29% is some IT, but not significant at all. It could be experience or it could be just trainings that you've done so far. 43% of your IT trained, but not getting the jobs. The other two categories are all blank, primarily being working in IT and IT expert. Um, so, and that's where we need to be getting into team. And I think we're rightly poised as a group. The program is also about how do we start in IT and enter into IT. This is a good result for us to start with. Team, 1 or 2 more polls, please. And then we'll get to the live schedule. Great. Thank you so much, team. So most of your members, thank you so much for all your trust and belief on what we got to do next, how we got to take this. And about 35 or 1/3 of you are still in the zone where you're getting exposed to what we are doing, team. There's a long story about iTeLearn from a perspective about how we started and where we are today. But the best way for you to be interacting with us, team, is go to our website. All right. And our website would become our front face to communicate with you on anything about schedule, access to your videos, your membership, and so on. Here's the current landing page and the content that we've built over the last decade is out here, team. Some of the recent batches are here that are ongoing. We have the last couple of sessions left for our November, December Selenium training and a link to every other program that we have done, and we've put it as a video catalog. You have the live updates as to what we are doing at iTeLearn, from webinars, from content upload, and so on. And you have the mobile app team that I want you all to download. This is a very simple app, very lean, wouldn't ping you anything much, just the updates on schedule. So even if a training is something that you wanted to attend live, but couldn't remember about it, we'll send you very subtle reminders and explain as to what it does. Then we have the members area team, where you primarily log in to our portal and start accessing the premium content. And that would open up all the hidden packages depending on your membership levels. Um, there's a lot that we've been trying to work on the website and how we could do better on it. But it's a journey that we will constantly keep achieving together. We really want you, team, to start interacting back with us and giving your feedback as to how the website is user friendly to you and so on. Anything else on the website? Let me quickly think. Mm, I don't think. I think that's a primary. Yep. There's one more as to in-class trainings. If any one of you are aware of students who want to locally come and attend in our facility in Hyderabad, India, they could do that. And the primary reason being, you would have the exposure as a classroom, more digital, and one of the best trainers from globally training you all here. Most of our students came by references team. So what that means is, if you are aware of anyone who's in India looking for it, talk about our in-class training in Hyderabad. So team, now we are left with our live schedule as to what is it that we're going to do, and how do we go about it. I'm going to quickly explain how this document looks. All right. This is where we are, team. Entry to IT as a program. Okay. Row number 5, all of you. Um, this I just started, and this is not level C1, this is level 0. The question marks were primarily as to would we require a program like this or not. But this is, once we get to start, do 2-3 batches, we would know, team. So this is the start of entry to IT. I would put a schedule for about 6 weeks, team, overall, because there are projects and other things that we could associate to it, which is, I didn't do it earlier. So our start date, we're going to start on the 7th Jan, and let's end it somewhere on the 18th Feb. The timing for it as a session to 18 is the question mark. So team, what time would you choose? Is this the best convenient time? Because I have the other trainings also where we are conducting. So entry to IT will talk about the basics of all these simple things that I was talking about, remember? So if I need to be able to handle, I personally chose to do about 3 trainings a day max, and then spend another 4 to 5 strong hours on live projects. So what timing would be suitable? That's the only question that I'm asking, and for all of us, for all of us. Okay, so timing is still a question mark. What are the options? Okay, KK is me, availability, and then Shankar is the other trainers availability, which covers most of it. Then we have other trainers like Kumar Gupta, Naveen Nikhil, Prema on various other technologies and topics. Now, my availability, what is my schedule of timings that I could do? And this is on a PST level team. 8:30 a.m. PST is the earliest that I could start. Um, I would have a lot of other client project works before that and in between. So and, and then go all the way till about I would say 11:30 a.m. So that would give me how many hours? 9, 10, 11. So 3 hours, 2 sessions. Okay. And then I would have the evening from maybe 6:30 p.m. Pacific time team. I'm all telling in Los Angeles local time to about um, I wouldn't stretch much. I would do max it to 8 p.m. That would be 1.5 hour. One training, one session. So that gives me 3 windows. And the most important ones that I wanted to personally focus on was entry to IT, then the Selenium. It's going to be now Jan 2018 batch. The couple more trainings team now that I'm adding. SDET, these are all SDET projects, I think. So these are trainings. Okay, let's start adding here. And team, any questions meanwhile, please keep asking. Don't wait for too long. How are we doing on time? 8:39 a.m. We started about 40 minutes back, 35 minutes back, right? That's the amount of time spent so far. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Java is the other training and Python. So first comes Java. I need a few rows here. That would be under automation. Let me make sure. Where does the topics come? Here. In this document, I'm going to put it here. So I've included everything. Okay, so this is level names are incorrect. And shortcuts team, learn keyboard shortcuts. F2, so you can start editing, how you move, how do you switch tabs, all tabs slowly. I think that's very important. Let me write that too. Keyboard shortcuts. Very, very powerful team. Each of these that we are going to cover are something that will build your career for sure, whatever you would learn as part of them. Okay. So your Java JUnit is coming in level 2. Python is coming in level 3. Okay. All right. So level 2 is this color right now. Java Jan 2018. And this one team, I want to briefly put down as to what I would do in it. Core topics. Sorry. No color here. Background. Ding, ding, ding. If I reset it, then I will do a paint format and put it here like that. So these shortcuts team, subtly, slowly, you got to keep covering on them. I think there's a chat question. Let me see. Everything good. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you. Jan 19. But I'm still in 2018. Thank you, Swati. Now in this, I mean, so I've done a lot of Java trainings. I mean, every batch of my Selenium is all based on Java, but not as Java so significantly. So the main thing that I want to cover in here, um, yeah, sorry, is build a desktop app that tracks tasks and time for work from home specialists. All right. It's a very simple thing, team. And that is one of the other key aspects of iTeLearn as to how we teach our approach towards training. We take a project and the training is based on that project. There's nothing as a concept only. Let's live through it. And I would build this application in front of you. Maybe it'll take me 15 hours, I'm assuming, if I'm fast enough, but a lot of teaching to be done. What is the whole purpose of this application? Let's briefly talk about that, team. Um, Whenever we're looking at work from home opportunities or remote workforce, we one of the biggest question that comes up is trust and credibility as to, are you working, are you doing what you're supposed to do, are you available, or is there anything not ethical that is happening from a work perspective, right? So how are the tasks that are assigned to us provided to anyone? The um, this application, the way it would do is, once you launch it, you have the user to sign in, which will include a simple web services to interact with the web app. And then the time tracking would start as soon as they enter the task. So you put a task and you say, okay, I'm starting to work now. And then you finish a task and you say end. I finished my task. Now I'm taking some other project or work. I'm moving away. So you start to end, random screenshots are taken of the system, and maybe with an option from both parties, even webcam screenshots as to, are you there in person doing it, and are you working on the right windows, and so on. And then comes the second module of it, where once your timesheets are maintained, we will talk about how do we submit them or review them. So view your timesheets, submit them automatically, and so on for invoicing. Those couple of features is what I want to build in the first training project. But once you're a Java member, uh, like automation level, the level 2, I would continue to build new applications or upgrade this in each new batch. And you would learn with 2 or 3 trainings team. And believe in one thing, like our textbooks from our childhood, we used to have to repeat things. Remember chapters and so on. No human got anything in the first attempt. It takes practice. So we will build more and more applications. But for the Jan 2019 batch, I want to do focus on building this application team live in front of you each day. Start with writing requirements detailed, and in the final, where you are able to actually see the code and run the code on your local machine, Windows or Mac or Linux as well. All right, so I'm very excited about this specific training team, and I would put this maybe at 8:30 a.m. my time. Okay, then I'm a Selenium training. Let me follow this up right exactly at 10 a.m. So that would take care of my morning schedule. Now, Shankar is going to come into picture for manual testing and tools, the level 1 and the SDET. So these two Shankar would be focusing on. I am starting these from when do I start this? I don't know if 7th Jan is too early and should I start all of them on the same day, but I can attempt maybe 8th or 9th Jan team. Let me at least try 8th or 9th Jan to begin with. For all of these that I am doing, I'm going to look at the schedule, show it to Shankar in the next couple of hours, and then look at his start date also. So 9th Jan, 5th Jan, 9th Jan. I'm going to start the Selenium training and the Java training. And the other important training is our entry to IT. So that will cover these, and then I have live project. That's too many schedules, team. That's my challenge. These are there. So I put these are the new two I entered, and I have this. Okay. So till there, let us say I've set it up. If I do this at 6:30 p.m. like this schedule, okay, and I'm now tight on time from now. This maybe I will start from the same date, everything same date. Now comes this will be from Nikhil and Naveen team, mobile app testing. December, no. Definitely Jan. And so that is still to be decided. Now comes the project team. Do you see this blue marks here? These are the projects, okay? I'm going to be working very strongly on projects for, this is all going to be Jan. These are new ones, team, okay? Same date. But remember, please, team, you have to be in level 3 membership for that, okay? So let me make sure that you are aware of it. And this is going to be the core team. There is a lot of true projects that we carry, and we have a great schedule for 2019 on project visibility and what we plan to do with tools like AnyAUT. What that would mean is you would be able to actually create referenceable projects that you'll put on resume, build hands-on experience, get exposed to how you work from home, and how do you interact and deliver in a global team. And each of these projects are different levels, and we'll keep repeating it every month as much as we can. So new batches will come, old members will stay, and you could choose the end date team. There is not going to be any end date to projects, because sometimes you like the projects because of passion and you would love to spend 6 months, 1 year also, or you love the project because of the learning and what it is doing to your resume, and you got your job and say, Karthik, thank you, we're good, but catch you next time. So you choose the time end date for projects. And what are the projects that we're doing? Briefly, I'll mention, team. There's going to be QA manual testing project where we have a lot of test cases and test executions and reporting to be done. And I would assign you and put you into a Skype group for that. The same is mobile app. We're planning to, not planned, we've been testing, working on a mobile app for a while. And we've been we've built and we've come ahead forward on how far we've come. A lot of test cases have been written on how to test that on iOS and Android. The APK files and the iOS file has been distributed to the testers, and they're testing it in a actual device. Now we're talking about how we can combine. So this is the one, mobile app testing, the manual power portion and the automation to it. In this mobile app testing project, there's also mobile apps security testing and mobile app performance testing involved. And this we will be doing with the help of assistance of Nikhil and Naveen. The first one, QA Venkat, would be coordinating a lot. Actually, all the projects Venkat would be closely involved with us. Java project is a new AnyAUT desktop team that we're developing desktop app that we're developing, and that would get, so any whatever Java training we're doing, we would go back and start working on a different requirement and build a different application altogether, and that you have to build. So all these projects require participation. I mean, we know that we come from different levels of career, right? Don't worry. Even in the 10-member Skype group for a given project, let us say, uh, two of you could be absolute beginner to IT. Two of you could be very good in Java. Few of you could be learning Java. And that is fine. We will merge together. You'll repeat. Focus 2-3 months, 3-4 months, 6 months. What? Repeat them, team. Okay. So Java application is something that we're developing, and that requires you to have certain programming experience, team. Selenium is primarily the um, from a perspective of developing the latest versions and upgrading it on that side. How do we get Angular applications, these more dynamic apps that are developing these days, hybrid applications between web and mobile? When do we have to use Protractor and Cucumber and Gherkin to handle something that Selenium can't? That's a research team. Selenium and AnyAUT, these two together, is going to be on a lot of research. All projects I'm setting the same date. The only thing is the time will be only one for all the projects, where we'll catch up every day. And one more, how did I miss it? Our JPACT. I need a JPACT schedule. Oopsie, what did I do? Sorry. Control C, Control V. This is level 4. JPACT. This is going to be JPACT Jan. I'm Instead of saying JPACT 7, 8 batch and so on team, I'm calling it more with the month and the year name. So okay, this is gonna be primarily focusing on a resume, because unless I'm motivating the students, they're not making resume, they're not correcting it, fixing it the way when I'm reviewing and sending it back. Somewhere you're falling short, team. And this is where I feel I need to be much stricter and more disciplined along with you, that hey guys, come on, action items, and that will come, all this discipline will come with a schedule, team. So I'm sorry. I want to spend um, 30 minutes daily, team, on this, on a webinar where I'm interacting with you and addressing your questions, doing your resume review without sharing your names as a group, all of this as a group, uh, talking about your upcoming interviews, how you need to approach and so on, and then schedule one-on-ones for uh, the mock interview, where we how we plan to move you personally forward. Okay, so this is very, very critical, team. I would what color did I put for JPACT here? Red. I knew I would put something strong. So I would change this to, how do I get that color and put it here? It's like an orange. I think it should be this. Okay. So this at what time? Now I think we're almost there. Sorry about this. I'm going to freeze the first row. All right. And now we are JPACT. And the team, I'm almost towards the end. Questions that you have, now is a great time to start thinking and putting it while I'm finishing this schedule. So projects are daily, team. It's not at a specific time, but we will interact on Skype. We will have project related meetings and so on. You will have your own specific time and schedule, whereas the team, you're having your scrum meetings, you have your daily stand-up calls, that you're doing it at your end. Okay. From my side, I would be participating in all of these meetings and guiding as to how the project is moving. So it's not like a webinar where, one second team, just need to take a sip of water. Sorry. So projects are not like webinars where I'm teaching you and you're listening. There I'm more quieter and you're in action, and I'm typically like your technical project manager in that, right? That's the role I play. So projects does not need a schedule. That's why I wrote it as daily. All right. Okay. What's the JPACT time? So if I have 10 a.m., 8:30, 6:30 p.m., then I'll put this at 7:30 p.m. team. So I'll do 1 hour of entry to IT. I think this is good for me. For Karthik, Selenium, Jan. Oh, I have it above. So then I don't need this. Okay. So to quickly highlight team, let me give my names different colors. So you know, okay, these are Karthik's trainings and what time it would be in the document. And this would be a live document wherein you could look at whatever we update here. So yeah, I think that is where we are. For Shankar's schedule, I'm gonna reconfirm, but he's typically early morning IST. That would be about from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time would be his typical availability. But I'm gonna have Pavan check with Shankar on the exact ones and reconfirm. Nikhil Naveen, also we have to do. I'll have Pavan and Leena sit down help, along with Venkat to do it. All projects, it's primarily going to be Venkat as a main owner, responsibility wise. Uh, Only for mobile app testing, Nikhil and Naveen would come in. QA tools, web services, OPUI is something that we have a need, but I didn't put. And Prema on data sciences, that's going to be really interesting. I don't know which level that would be, team, but I will have her fill in a lot of things. I'm not promising anything. It's just that um, I have a lot of I see a lot of potential in her and how she could participate. We'll check how it goes. All right, team, great. Thank you for having you here. Any questions, please get all your questions um, forward ahead for me. That way I could wind up the session. Let's see, one question. 7:30 p.m. JPACT is too late for EST zone people. Sure. Why can't I do then maybe 5 p.m.? Every day, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Um, so and since it's my daily availability, it's not essentially your daily availability team. And when I say mine, Monday to Friday schedule thing. So whenever you have JPACT questions, concerns, advice, guidance, action, you join in to that webinar. So it would be a session. So 5 p.m. should be good. Yep. Either I've covered everything too well or I've lost you all, team. Can I just get a yes, we good, or we have a question, everyone? Didn't get many chat responses, team, but I think we are pretty much covered with the webinar for today. I'll see you back. I have the Selenium live trainings. So some of the members that we were finishing towards end of last year, we will restart that, finish that 1-2 leftover sessions. And from entry to IT and JPACT and so on, we're all out here. All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye now. I'll keep updating this document as I keep navigating with my iTeLearn team. Once again, thank you all. Bye. Have a great year ahead. Take care.